everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope everything's going your way today. Today, I'm coming to you with an eye look. Yes, today I'm coming to you with an eye look, swatches and review of the Pretty Poison Palette by Bad Habit. Yes, the Pretty Poison Palette by Bad Habit. So, if you want to see how this palette performs and get my take on this here palette, okay, everybody, let's get started. Man, okay guys, first please let me apologize in advance for this raspy, crackly imposter you have in front of you today. Because between this changing weather and last night's turn up, yeah. Your girl's vocal cords just couldn't take it. Yeah. For the sake of you guys' eardrums and my vocal cords, yeah. I'm not going to make this intro too long. I'm going to make it just long enough to give you guys proper tea on the palette, and yeah. And short enough for you guys not to feel like you're listening to fingernails rubbing against a chalkboard. So let's get started. And guys, I know I'm pretty late to the party with a review of the Pretty Poison Palette, because yeah. The palette has been out for, yes, a couple weeks or so now. But keeping it real, guys, the $4.95 shipping and handling on the Bad Habit website had me like, no. So then I tried to wait and see if it would go on the Hush website. And by the time it went on the Hush website, I found out the Bad Habit was going to be having a Black Friday sale there. So let's just say your girl waited till she could get the biggest bang for her buck, yeah. Then I ordered the palette. First, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging is really cute. It has Bad Habit Pretty Poison written on the front of its standard cardboard packaging in my favorite color. And guys, it's no mystery that Bad Habit kills it on the design every single time. And what I really love about the palette is, yes, it comes with a magnetic closure. And when you open up the palette, it comes with a mirror and the words Pretty Poison written underneath the mirror. And when you open her up, here are the colors. And upon looking at the palette, you can already tell that this is strictly a purple and pink based palette. It actually comes with 5 mattes, 2 satins, and the rest are all shimmers. And I must admit, guys, overall, I really love the color story of this palette. And I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. I used Pierce Heart as my transition shade, Nightshade underneath the transition and in my crease. And from inner lid to outer lid, I use Nectar, Femme Fatale, and Venomous. I use Nightshade to deepen on my outer V, and Paralyzed in my inner corner and my lower inner corner. And I was also curious about how some of the dual chrome shades will layer on top of one another, so yeah, I did an eye look to test the theory. I used Pierced Heart as my transition shade, Deadly Dose underneath the transition and in the crease. From inner to outer lid, I used Lovesick, Jealousy, and Sting, and layered Paralyzed over the whole lid. And I found in using the palette over the last few days, I found the mattes to be not only pigmented and blendable, but I found that the shimmers and satins work quite well with a dry brush. And they layer quite well, one on top of the other. If there were just one opportunity about this palette that I would like to have seen done differently, it would be the shade selection in the mattes. While I feel Pierced Heart and Nightshade are wonderful additions to the palette, I feel that Deadly Dose and Antidote, while very nice shades, they are too similar to stand on their own. This is Deadly Dose, and this is Antidote. So I found when using both shades together, there was not enough of a gradient to tell that I had 2 separate shades on my lid. I really would have liked to see them replace one of those shades with like a deep aubergine, or like a very deep plum, or even make it a nice royal blue matte. Yeah. And then this palette would have been almost perfect, yeah. It would have been Gucci. And one other thing I would say about the mattes in general, they do have the Anastasia Beverly Hills effect. The shades do have quite a bit of kick up, but They also have quite a bit of pigment. But what I did find when I did my complexion before doing my eyes, as long as I put powder underneath my eye to catch the fallout, it swept away very easily without staining my face. But on the other hand, guys, this palette definitely has some of my faves. This shade Nectar, this shade Venomous, this shade Femme Fatale, and yeah, this shade Lethal. They have this duochrome shift that most other palettes absolutely cannot touch. And shouldn't even try, guys. And shouldn't even try. And I know some of you guys may be wondering, how does the Pretty Poison palette compare to some other purple palettes? If I had to wrap it up and mail it, I would say it took the best of the Lime Crime Venus 3, the Anastasia Norvina, and the Natasha Denona Lila, and wrapped it all up in a pretty bow. And while I don't own the Lila palette by Natasha Denona, I do own the dupe, the Supernova by Bad Habit, and that's good enough. The Pretty Poison palette is on the top, and the Supernova palette is on the bottom. And we're looking at the color story, guys. These palettes are quite similar. When comparing the shade Lovesick from Pretty Poison to Nebula and Supernova, while both shades can almost pass for spot-on dupes, there are slight differences. This shade is Lovesick from the Pretty Poison palette. This is Nebula from the Supernova palette. Lovesick is just a tad bit lighter than Nebula. However, when you put both shades on your lid, they do translate almost the same. When comparing Intoxicated in the Pretty Poison palette to Andromeda in the Supernova palette, while both shades appear in the pan that they would be spot-on dupes, they are indeed different. This is Intoxicated from the Pretty Poison palette. This is Andromeda from the Supernova palette. Andromeda clearly pulls more blue than Intoxicated. When comparing Jealousy in the Pretty Poison palette to Red Giant in the Supernova palette, now that's when we start to enter Dupeville. This is Jealousy from the Pretty Poison palette, and this is Red Giant from the Supernova palette. Now, is it me, guys, or are these shades twinning? I found when looking at both shades in the pan and swatch and on my lid, yeah, there is absolutely no difference. No difference at all. Now let's look at Pretty Passion and Norvina. The top is Pretty Passion and the bottom is the Norvina. And in swatching some of the shades, guys, I found absolutely no dupes in this palette. However, upon looking at both palettes together, yeah, you can clearly see certain inspiration being pulled from the Norvina. And lastly, let's compare the Pretty Poison to the Venus 3 palette. When looking at the Pretty Poison against the Venus 3 palette, while it would seem like they are absolutely totally different palettes, trust me, there is definitely inspiration there. When comparing Pierced Heart from the Pretty Poison palette to Rapture from the Venus 3 palette, this is Rapture from the Venus 3 palette, and this is Pierced Heart from the Pretty Poison palette. Put them both on your lid, you can hardly, if at all, tell a difference. When comparing Femme Fatale from the Pretty Poison palette to both Beam and Paradise in the Venus 3 palette, this is Femme Fatale from the Pretty Poison palette, and this is Beam layered on top of Paradise from the Venus 3 palette. And while Pretty Poison does definitely pull a little bit more purple than the two shades from the Venus palette, yeah, you get the same shift. And I found when putting them on my lid, while I did get a slight difference in the shade, I did not get a difference in the effect. And as far as this shade Intoxicated here from the Pretty Poison palette, it's such a pretty deep royal purple, there is no way that this shade can be in any other palette. Contraire, mon frere. You can find that shade in the Box of Crayons palette from the crayon case, with this color Violet here. This is Intoxicated from the Pretty Poison palette, and this is Violet from the Box of Crayons palette. And guys, when I say these shades are spot on dupe, these shades are spot on dupe. All that said though, guys, that's still not enough to say that the Pretty Poison palette is not an original palette. So now for the $1 million question. Do I recommend the Pretty Poison palette? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. I definitely do. I positively do. Yeah, you know I do. Because while it does clearly have inspiration pulled by other palettes, this wouldn't be the first one to do that. And with the uniqueness of so many other shades in the palette, along with the quality, the price point, and the color story, this is such a pretty palette. And besides, guys, I'm just so proud of Bad Habit for coming out with a palette while yet inspired. It's definitely not duped. So now that we've got that part done, enough all the yapping. First, we're going to get into the swatches, and then we're going to get into the eye look. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It only gets greater later, guys. It only gets greater later. So until next time, guys, stay real, stay positive, stay up, and damn it, you better watch, fight, and pray. Let's get into these swatches, though. Holla!
'Cause I know then you'll see we can be true. We can be true. I want you to see what I see in us. Something so real, something so real. I want you to see that this is a love that we both feel, that we both feel. And how will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying, it's terrifying.
feeling myself, feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, feeling myself, I'm feeling woo, woo. Okay, baby.